I'm actually going to make another video about this, and it's about acid, or what is acid and where it was coming from. It was coming from a United States military barracks or base, pretty much somewhere around either Guantanamo or someplace. And they were basically this base, and they were making LSD the wrong way. And then they were selling it as acid, and they were saying the gooks gave it to us, gooks, or they're calling the slurry gook, and they were basically some United States military people that had smoked this stuff or whatever, and they didn't really know what it was that they were smoking, and it caused serious brain damage. Later on, they tried to say that the people were shell shocked. They have what's it called, and there's even these people going, "I'm shell shocked, man." Yeah, their brain. What is acid is like basically like LSD. I forget, but basically it causes serious brain damage or something like that. And there's all these Vietnam vets going around. It's cool, man. It's cool. Trying to sell it to some kids and children. And this was somewhere around 1940s or 1950s or so. And it caused massive brain damage and caused massive personality shifts as well. And it's linked to JFK, Jimmy Carter, and all of them, and some military base somewhere in Hanoi or someplace like that, or Guantanamo. They had a couple different chemical labs. And Germany raided them and found them out, and found them wearing their green uniforms, making this stuff, trying to pretend to be that they're trying to say that they're a military base or the American military government, and they weren't, of course. And anyway, it's all in the files, and and then later on, when they finally became senators or whatever, they tried to redact all that information real quick, and tried to cover up what they did. And pretty much, anyway, I found out about it, and I was like, wow, that's just stupid. Anyway, it's all in the files. You can go to Germany or ask Israel, or they tried to cover up and they actually attacked people to try and get rid of their records, or try and shoot people that knew about them. Brain damage, maybe, I don't really know. It was a chemical component that was like LSD, but not LSD, and it used something that was really bad, and it caused brain damage. And it's on record, and very record, although nobody knew that it was basically like Vietnam vets, 1950s people on this place somewhere around Saigon or someplace like that. Like maybe even the name Saigon, like Sai or whatever, so far blown or gone, because they were insane. It caused insanity and brain damage and massive personality shifts. Like, people were just like, just like, I don't really know. Like, it was something really weird and really bad. I think it caused, they tried like 20 or 30 different chemical components. One of them caused extreme aggression, and, basically made everyone, basically it was like methamphetamine, only you went, and basically like attacked or something. I don't really know. I saw some videos on it, and I was just like, and I don't even know if they were acting. At first I thought it was a joke. Like, they got to be joking. I don't really know. But some of my people said, no, it's no joke. They smoked or took this chemical. And this is the result of what they did. And they raided the base. It was like Germany raided the base, or China or someone raided this base, and found these people that were messing around with chemicals when they shouldn't have been. They had no idea what they were doing. And they were basically some people pretending to be soldiers of the American government on this place that was like Saigon or someplace like that. You'd have to ask China or Japan or Russia about it. But, it caused serious brain damage. And I think at least 2 or 3 countries had noticed that this stuff called acid or whatever, everything that entered any of my cities was looked at, logged, and looked at by real scientists. I am basically the real government and the real people and the real scientists behind everything. So my people were like, whoa, what is this? What is going on? And so, and I was always like, pay, yes, of course, study it, find out what the heck is going on here. So they traced it back to a base in Saigon or someplace like that. Like I say, you'd have to ask Putin or like England or whatever, because it was a serious issue for everyone. And at first they were saying, "Oh yeah, we're the American government. There's the Chinese that give it to us, the gooks, or whatever." And basically, they were just blaming whoever, and of course, those people were asked and questioned, and no, no, no. It was basically just some people that were wearing American uniforms, or United States uniforms, or whatever, mostly just green, drab, whatever, and at this one place. So, and I heard that JFK or Jimmy Carter or someone was involved or something like that. Not exactly sure. You'd have to go ask them. So, anyway, a lot of stuff happened over the couple hundred years or whatever, last and fairly recently. And of course, Jimmy Carter, Nixon, JFK, they were trying to cover up everything. And some of them were extremely just brain damaged people. So, that took this stuff. I don't know, like some people said it felt good or whatever, but I don't really think so. Other people, and they tried to say the Germans tried to force them to take it, and that's why they took it or something like that. But the truth was they just, it was LSD bad, basically. I mean, you'd have to actually ask a pharmacist about how LSD can go bad or whatever. They use something to cut it with or something like that, or something in the making process. It's one of the known substances, and it was basically referred to, I think, as acid or whatever, and a lot of people were like, it fries your brain, it's cool, man, but it, really caused serious brain damage, and was banned and found, and we hunted it down, basically. And that's what the British said. The British said we hunted down the problem. I had 2 or 3 countries looking for this problem that was happening. So, and they found them pretty quick, so. Because it was a real serious, I think it affected a couple thousand people or something. It was bad. So, whatever. You'd have to refer to one of the countries, whatever. It might be under classified documents because the American government was trying to cover it up. And they're not really the American government, they're Yankee government. That's what's in power right now. Basically, JFK, Nixon were like, "Oh, we're kings now," and maybe it was the acid that made them think this. I don't really know, but anyway, whatever. A polar shift, man. That's anyway. There was all these. I've seen the video on it. It's just like, oh God, my Lord, myself. This is it's just so ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, Hell's Angels might have some knowledge of it as well. You could ask them. I mean, basically anybody out in the world would have noticed this stuff. So, anyway, and I'm like, yawn, yes. I was advised. I took swift, quick, immediate action, and life turned against them. And then they blamed China, Japan, girls' underpants. Anyway, yeah. So, Rodney might have been involved. I don't know, Rick Bush, Joe's Witnesses, or whatever. There were some really brain damaged people trying to pull some stuff.